This lady.
Greg, hi Sam, how you doing?
Good.
Um, Greg, I have a couple of questions.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't go to work today because I wasn't feeling like the greatest.
What's
I'm
happening?
not sure really. I don't know if it's like allergies or I don't know. I just woke up with a headache, but I tend to always look at what's our count, and there's really not like too much in the air. There is a little bit of a oak is a little high, but I don't know that I'm allergic to oak. Um, just wanted to see if you could think of anything.
Well, you got a couple chords to you that are pretty bad.
That's
One's to your forehead, and there's a big giant one to your back solar plexus. Um,
I did do some some salt scrub ruin the bathtub. I guess maybe I didn't hit the salt
but
the didn't really put
try um, try doing the etheric chords,
Mhm.
and it looks a little bit more family oriented.
Okay.
Do you know who that might be?
Mm, no, not really. Haven't really been like
More
interacting
more sibling oriented rather than
with
children oriented.
and children.
Yeah. There's not really a cord to cut. It's like positive cords that are contaminated. Now, here's the thing. That doesn't necessarily mean they have an issue with you, but you guys are connected. They think of you, they love you, or whatever. And so sometimes somebody else having a bad day and you have a connection, sometimes there's a bit of contamination, or if they're in crisis, they might think of, hey, I wonder what Letty could do, or maybe I should talk to Letty, or, something like that. And so it might not necessarily be like that they are upset at you, but stress, upset, they're struggling, um, they're having difficulty, there might be a little bit of a crisis or a health issue. That
Yeah.
is probably more of what
That
it is
it
than
kind of makes a little bit sense because I think my sister went over to Easter to my nephews and my brother was asking about me and because
there
he's
you go.
concerned
Probably
about he lost his prosperity oil and my sister's like, you're thinking about prosperity when you have all these health issues.
yeah.
Um, I think I'd given him some lemongrass a while back, and I think he thinks what I gave him was prosperity. I said, no, Sandra, I gave him lemongrass to say because if his body was aching, I wanted to make sure like he could just apply it on him. But okay.
I would say that's who it probably is.
Yeah,
It,
he
it
probably
looks
wanted to
male.
see,
It looks male.
yeah, look, probably wanted to see me, probably wanted to talk to me, and I didn't go. So
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just a holiday, like, all the clues are there. Like, so that's probably what it is.
yeah.
But it's not about cutting it, it's cleaning something.
Just, okay.
Yeah.
That affects you like that bad too, where like I woke up this morning with a bad headache and I just like feel down, like I just a whole different,
Yeah.
just don't feel
Think
good.
think of it like this, like, here you're not necessarily a conflict, but you know, it's still like a kind of contamination, and eventually that contamination turns into energy in the aura that eventually physicalizes so that the body starts feeling it. And so, you know, um, yeah, that's the thing with family is there's bad chords and there's good chords. And I would say this is good chords that are just contaminated, but think of it as like an IV, like, there's like a transference of energy there. And
Yeah.
it just happens. Yeah.
Okay. So just inhale etheric
Yeah.
cord.
So I'm going to give you an example to make this like more. So sometimes Samantha will not be feeling good, and I'll work on her a little bit and she'll go, yeah, I still feel bad. And then I clean myself up and she'll go, I feel way better. It was me.
Okay.
Wasn't that I was upset at her or anything, but just, the stress or something coming out, or, sometimes I'm doing my little processes and everything. And, you know, she's kind of the canary in the coal mine. She'll feel it sometimes even before I do. And so when when things like that's happening, I'm laughing because she'll go, "I'm not feeling very good. Could you clean yourself up?" I'm like, okay. And I clean myself up, and she'll go, "Oh yeah, much better." You know.
Yeah.
So it's a thing, you
Yep.
know. So
And also when